Different subjects demand different time management styles. In this module, you'll learn a chameleon strategy so you can switch modes. Fast, problem solving time for math and science. Steady practice for languages. And deep, structured reading and writing for social studies. By the end, you'll know how to match your pace to the subject in front of you. Here's the big idea: different subjects run on different clocks. Math and science need a stop and think rhythm, with pauses to plan, calculate, and check. Languages work better with a blueprint and build rhythm, where you sketch ideas, then write smoothly. Social studies often rewards a fact and speed rhythm, moving quickly through key points. The trap is using one timing style for everything, instead of switching clocks when the subject changes. Think of your exam timing as a simple formula. Every paper has a base pace, total minutes divided by total marks. That's your average time per mark if everything were equal. But questions aren't equal. Some demand heavy thinking with little writing, others are light thinking but lots of writing. So you bend the base pace. Give thinking questions extra quiet planning time, and push yourself to write faster on straightforward ones. Good strategy means constantly adjusting your pace to match the exact task in front of you. In math and science, most lost marks come from rushing straight into calculations. Use this triangle as your default sequence. First, read. Spend up to a third of your time decoding the question. Underline key data, units, and exactly what's being asked. Next, plan. Choose the formula or method and decide the order of steps. A clear plan prevents messy detours. Only then execute, calculate, show steps neatly, and box the final answer with correct units. When you see a multi-step problem, slow the start instead of diving into numbers. First, underline the important values and command words so your brain knows the target. Then do a quick sketch or diagram to see what's happening. It doesn't have to look good, just useful. Finally, write down the formula or relationship you'll use before plugging in numbers. That 30-second routine prevents confusion, errors, and time wasting restarts. Exams reward clear logic, not storytelling in words. Show your method in short, tidy steps instead of long sentences. Start with the formula, substitute the numbers, then simplify down to the final answer. This makes it faster for you to think and easier for the examiner to award marks. Use symbols, not paragraphs. Draw any diagram once, label it clearly, and refer back to it. Clean working leads to quicker, more reliable marks. Long questions feel important, but they're dangerous for your timing. Always check the price tag. How many marks is it? And what's your maximum time based on time per mark? If you go over that limit, you're in the danger zone. Use the escape hatch. Quickly write your method, main steps, or key formulas so you can still earn partial credit, then move on. Remember, three medium questions done fully usually beat one giant question half finished. For essays, imagine a building project. First, inspect the land, read the question carefully, spot keywords, and notice any hidden requirements like compare, evaluate, or to what extent. Next comes the blueprint, a short, clear plan of your main points, their order, and key examples. Only after that do you start construction, turning the plan into full paragraphs. Skipping the blueprint is why essays wander or collapse. Give planning a strict time limit and protect it as a separate, non negotiable step. When you face a reading passage in an exam, act like a detective, not a tourist. Start by skimming the questions so you know what clues you're hunting for. Then read actively. Underline contrast words like however, cause effect words like because, and emphasis words like significant or mainly. When you answer, paraphrase in your own words. Avoid copying big chunks. Show that you understood the idea, not just the sentence. A 3-minute outline is a time saving investment for any extended answer. Before you start writing, quickly decide 4 things. One clear thesis sentence, your first argument, your second argument, and one key piece of evidence. Keywords are enough. Then test the logic. Do your arguments genuinely support the thesis? Is each piece of evidence in the best place? If something feels weak or messy, fix it in the outline. It's 10 times faster to repair logic there than to rewrite full paragraphs. Social studies papers are a classic efficiency test. A common trap is writing mini essays for tiny 1 or 2 mark questions, then rushing the real essays at the end. Treat short questions like rapid fire recall, quick, focused facts, then stop when the time is up. Set a strict time cap per small question or per block of them. Reserve your slower, detailed essay mode for high mark questions where structure, explanation, and examples actually pay off. In most exams, marks come from clear facts, not fancy language. So, whenever you answer, lead with strong keywords that examiners are trained to spot. Think keyword first, explanation second. For example, instead of telling a long story, write inflation, sustained increase in the general price level over time. For longer answers, break ideas into short, bullet style points. Each point should have one keyword, one clear fact, and one quick link back to the question. Match your answer depth to the mark value. For 1 to 2 mark questions, give the key fact or definition in one clear sentence, then stop. For 3 to 4 marks, go one level deeper. The fact, a brief explanation, and the impact or an example in a short paragraph. For 6 or more marks, treat it like a mini essay with structured points or headings. Anything beyond what the mark level needs usually earns 0 extra marks but steals time from other questions. Every subject needs its own exam mode. For writing subjects like English, your routine is read the question carefully, plan a quick outline, then write directly to the point. For problem subjects like math or physics, read, plan the method, then execute the steps while watching your time per mark. For content heavy subjects like history, recall key facts and lay them out in short, clear bullets. Decide your mode for each subject before the paper starts so you can switch clocks smoothly as you move between exams.